Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to show you how to cut a bustier top or dress with shoulder. So if it is something you're interested in, please keep on watching. And if you're yet to subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified when I post my next video. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by marking out my measurements. The half length I am going to use is 16 inches. So I'll mark it and then I'll mark my chest line at 8 inches. Then I'll mark my under bust at 12.5 inches and my bust point at 10.5 inches. I'll also go ahead and extend the measurement so that I can be able to make a straight line across. So after I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and make a straight line across on the shoulder line, which is where my full length started, on the bust line, which is also my chest line. So I'll also go ahead and make a straight line on my bust point and then on my under bust line. So the end of my pattern paper is going to be my waistline. So the next thing I'm going to do is to start my measurements. I'll mark my shoulder, which is 14 inches divided by 7 inches, and then I'll also go ahead and mark the same thing at the bust line so that I can be able to make a straight line. So after I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do is to measure out the width of my neck and the depth of my neck. So I'm going to measure the width at 3 inches. Then I'll come down and measure the length at 6 inches. I want this neck to be a 4-corner neck, so I'm going to go ahead and also make a 3 inches at the 6 inches length. Then I'll connect it to form a 4-corner. So after I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come down by 1 inch from my shoulder line. Then I'll connect it to meet the width of my neck like this. Then I'll go ahead and measure my bust measurement, which is 36 inches. When I divide it by 4, it's going to give me 9 inches. Then I'll mark it. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to divide the line I have from the 1 inch that I came down from my shoulder line to my chest line. I'm going to divide it by 2 and then I'll mark it, and then I'll go in by ½ inch and mark it also. Then I'll connect the three lines from my bust measurement to my shoulder line to form my armhole. So after I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do is to measure out my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 7 inches. So I'm going to divide it by 2 and then I'll start the measurement from the center part of my pattern paper. I will measure 3.5 inches on the bust point line all the way down to the waistline. So I'm sorry guys, that part didn't show very well, so I had to adjust my camera. So I'll join them together with a straight line. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start from my under bust. I will go in by 1 inch to the part going to the side and then 1 inch to the part going to the center front. And then I'll also extend the measurement to the waistline, 1 inch to the center front and 1 inch to the part going to the sides. Then I'll join them together with a straight line. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make a curve like this. You can see the way I'm doing it, okay? So I'll make a curve like this from the 1 inch that I extended to my bust point. So I'll curve it this way. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come up to my shoulder line. Then I'll measure what I have from my neck width to my armhole curve. I'll divide it by 2 and then I'll mark it. So I have 4 inches and when I divide it by 2 is 2 inches. So I'm going to connect it this way from my bust point to the point where I marked the 2 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come up again to the shoulder line, and then I'll mark 1 inch to the part going to the armhole and ½ inch to the part going to the neck side. So I'll connect it this way also with my ruler. I'll connect the center front to the part going to the neck width, and then I'll connect the sides to the part going to the armhole curve. So after I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come up to the shoulder line again, and then I'll measure the darts that I just took in right now. So it's 1½ inches. I'm going to be extending it to the shoulder line, and then I'll be adding ½ inch, which will make it 2 inches. So I will mark it. Then remember that what we came down from our shoulder line earlier was 1 inch. I'll also come down from the main shoulder line again with 1 inch. Then I'll connect it. So this is to ensure that you don't alter your measurements, so that you have just the 1 inch slope that you measured. So I also make a straight line from the 1 inch all the way down to the chest line. After I'm done with that, the 2 inches I added to my shoulder line to cover up for the dart, I'm going to add it to my chest line. So I'll add it to my bust measurement. Then I'll measure what I have in the new line, which is 7 inches. So I'm going to divide it by 2, which is 3.5. I'll mark it, and then I'll go in by ½ inch and mark it, and then I'll connect the 3 lines together. So if you don't have a curved rule, you can use your free hand to do this. This is to form our new armhole. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to start adding my body measurements. I'm just going to measure what I have in between the darts on my chest line. It's just ½ inch. I'll add it, then I'll add my extra 2 inches allowance for sewing. So the next thing I'm going to do is to measure my under bust measurement, which is 30 inches. I'll measure it on the under bust 7.5 when I divide it by 4. Then I'll mark it. Then I'll mark the dart that I have there, which is 2 inches. I'll mark it. Then I'll add my extra 2 inches for sewing allowance. I'll do the same thing on my waistline. My waist measurement is 31 inches, so I'm going to mark it. Then I'll mark out the dart intake. I'll add it. Then I'll also add my 2 inches for sewing allowance. So after I'm done with that, the next I'm going to do is to join the 3 dots together, the line from my bust line to my under bust and to my waistline. I'll join the measurements together like this. Then after I'm done with it, the next I'm going to do is to cut it out. So after I'm done cutting it out, that'll be all for this tutorial. So guys, you can see it's very simple and easy. I just hope you love it. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching guys. See you in my next video. Bye.